All right. Are you ready to dive into some serious wealth-building strategies?
I am.
Today, we're going deep into the world of multimillionaires and how they got there.
Oh, yeah.
Forget those get-rich-quick schemes.
Right.
We're going straight to the source.
Absolutely.
We're going to be dissecting insights from individuals who've built incredible fortunes.
That's right.
You sent over a collection of excerpts from a document
Yeah.
that looks like just an absolute gold mine of wisdom, covering everything from finance and entrepreneurship to real estate. I'm ready to unpack this.
I think what's really exciting is that we're not just going to skim the surface here.
Yeah.
We're going to really dig into the specific tactics and mindsets that the individuals use to achieve such remarkable success.
That's what I love about this.
And the best part is,
Yeah.
you can apply these principles to your own life no matter where you are on your financial journey.
I love that. Actionable advice straight from the people who've actually walked the walk. Let's start with the world of high finance.
Okay.
We're talking about people hitting $1 billion in revenue in a single year.
Wow.
One of these guys actually retired young after taking his company public. That's the dream, right?
Right. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
When you look at his journey,
Yeah.
one of the key things that stand out is his emphasis on building a rock-solid team.
Okay.
He understood that he couldn't achieve those kinds of results alone.
Right.
He talks about the importance of finding people who are not only talented,
Yeah.
but also share his vision and values.
So it's not just about assembling a group of all-stars.
Right.
It's about finding the right people for the specific mission.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of teams,
Yeah.
the document also highlights a founder who built his oral care company, Snow, into a projected $200 million revenue business.
Wow.
But here's the kicker.
Okay.
He started his entrepreneurial journey at just 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
I was barely figuring out algebra at 13.
It really challenges the notion that you need years of experience or a fancy degree to build a successful business.
It does.
This guy saw a need in the market.
Yeah.
Better, more accessible oral care, and he went for it.
Wow.
He talks a lot about his commitment to treating every customer like an investor.
That's an interesting concept, customers as investors.
Yeah.
What do you think he means by that?
I think he's highlighting the importance of building trust and exceeding expectations.
Okay.
If you want customers to invest in your product or service,
Right.
you need to deliver real value
Mm-hmm.
and make them feel like they're part of something special.
It's like that old saying, under-promise and over-deliver.
Exactly.
All right, so we've got a financial whiz who built his success by assembling a powerhouse team and a young entrepreneur who disrupted the oral care industry by treating his customers like gold.
Right.
What other nuggets of wisdom did you find in this treasure trove of a document?
Well, there's a seasoned business owner,
Oh.
someone who took his company public and grew it to almost $1 billion in annual revenue. He talks about the importance of selling yourself alongside your product.
That's intriguing. So it's not just about having a great product. It's about
Right.
how you present yourself and your vision to the world.
Exactly. He believes that people invest in people as much as they invest in products or ideas.
I see.
He emphasizes the importance of confidence and self-belief,
Right.
not in an arrogant way,
Yeah.
but in a way that inspires trust and confidence in others.
That resonates with something the young entrepreneur said about seeing every customer as an investor.
Yeah.
It seems like authenticity and genuine passion are key ingredients in any successful venture,
Absolutely.
regardless of the industry.
Yeah.
This seasoned business owner also echoes the importance of building the right team.
He does.
He even goes as far as to say that he's perfectly fine with failure.
Really?
In fact, he encourages it.
He encourages failure.
He does.
I'm not sure I fall.
He believes that failure is an essential part of the learning process.
Okay.
He says that even if 9 out of 10 ventures fail, that's still a win because you're out there trying, learning, and iterating.
Interesting.
He sees failure as feedback, not a setback.
That's a really powerful perspective.
It is.
It's not about avoiding failure. It's about embracing it as a stepping stone to success.
Right.
And I'm guessing he wouldn't have achieved those billion-dollar results without taking some risks along the way.
Calculated risks, of course.
Right.
And speaking of risks, let's shift gears and talk about real estate,
Go ahead.
an area where smart investments can lead to significant wealth creation.
Absolutely. This document features a real estate broker who became a millionaire by 34.
Wow.
and whose brokerage sold $1.4 billion worth of homes in a year.
Now, those are some serious numbers.
Yeah.
What's his secret sauce?
He's a big advocate for the buy and hold strategy.
So he's not about flipping properties for a quick profit.
Not at all.
Okay.
He's playing the long game,
Oh.
focusing on properties that will appreciate in value over time.
Interesting.
He talks about identifying emerging neighborhoods,
Right.
understanding market trends, and being patient.
It's interesting, right? We've got this long-term strategic thinking from the real estate expert and that embracing failure mindset from the seasoned business owner.
Right.
It seems like patience and resilience are common threads,
Yeah,
regardless of the specific path to wealth.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
This real estate guru also dives into the importance of understanding tax strategies.
Okay.
He specifically mentions the 1031 exchange,
Okay.
which allows you to defer capital gains taxes
Right.
when you sell an investment property
Yeah.
and reinvest the proceeds into another similar property.
That sounds like a powerful tool for anyone looking to grow their real estate portfolio.
It is.
For those of us who aren't familiar,
Yep.
can you break down the 1031 exchange a bit more?
Sure. Imagine you've held on to a rental property for a few years,
Okay.
and it's appreciated significantly in value.
Right.
You decide to sell it,
Mhm.
but instead of pocketing the profit and paying taxes on it,
Right.
you use that money to buy another investment property of equal or greater value.
I see.
By doing this, you can defer those capital gains taxes,
Okay.
allowing your investment to continue growing tax-free.
So it's a way to keep that money working for you,
Exactly.
compounding over time.
Right.
I can see how that would be a game changer for someone focused on building a long-term wealth.
Absolutely.
This broker also drops a really insightful line.
What that?
He says, money left in a pile stinks. If you spread it around, things grow.
Ooh, I like that one.
I love that.
Yeah,
It's a great visual, right?
it is. What do you think he means by that?
I think it speaks to the importance of diversification and smart money management.
Oh, okay.
Don't just let your money sit idle. Invest it.
Mm-hmm.
Spread it across different asset classes.
Right.
Make it work for you.
I see.
And of course, networking is key.
Yeah.
Build relationships, collaborate, and explore opportunities together. So it's about creating a dynamic ecosystem for your finances, rather than just hoarding cash.
Right.
That connects back to what we discussed earlier about the importance of building a strong team and network.
It does.
It seems like those principles are relevant across all of these success stories.
Exactly. And that brings us to our final spotlight, a sales expert who's aiming for 9-figure earnings this year.
Wow.
And guess what? He also emphasizes personal development.
So it's not just about closing deals.
Right.
It's about investing in yourself.
He's a firm believer that confidence is key in sales
Okay.
and that self-care plays a huge role.
Interesting.
Looking and feeling your best can actually translate into better performance.
Right.
And ultimately more closed deals.
I see.
He stresses the importance of exercise,
Yeah.
healthy eating, and taking time for yourself.
It's interesting because on the surface, sales might seem like a very outward-focused profession,
It does.
but he's emphasizing the internal work, the self-care, the mindset. That seems to be a theme with a lot of these individuals, right?
It is.
This focus on personal growth alongside professional success.
Absolutely.
And he also has a very interesting perspective on challenges.
What's that?
He sees them as opportunities for growth,
Okay.
a chance to learn and become more resilient.
I like that.
That ties in nicely with the seasoned entrepreneur's take on failure, doesn't it?
It does.
This idea of reframing obstacles as opportunities for learning and growth.
Right.
What I find really fascinating is how these seemingly disparate stories,
Yeah.
from finance to real estate to sales,
Mm-hmm.
share these common threads of self-belief,
Yeah.
continuous learning, and the power of relationships.
It's like we're uncovering a universal formula for success,
Right.
but with different variations depending on the individual and their field.
It is.
You know, it's easy to get caught up in the specific tactics or strategies,
Yeah.
but it seems like these underlying principles are the real drivers of lasting success.
It's about the mindset, the approach, the commitment to growth. It's inspiring, really.
It is.
It makes you realize that success isn't some mystical force reserved for a select few.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that can be cultivated and achieved through dedication, self-awareness, and a willingness to learn and evolve.
Absolutely.
As we wrap up our deep dive into the world of wealth creation,
Yeah.
I'm curious, what stood out to you the most?
Honestly, it's the sheer diversity of paths to success.
Right.
Pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
We've got entrepreneurs, financial gurus, Real estate moguls, sales masters, each with their own unique journey.
It's like there's no one-size-fits-all formula.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what's even more fascinating is that despite their different approaches,
Yeah.
they all seem to share these core principles.
Mhm.
Building strong relationships, continuous learning,
Right.
embracing failure, believing in themselves,
Yeah.
and taking action.
It's almost like a universal recipe for success.
Yeah,
With different variations depending on the individual and their field.
right. And I think that's what makes these stories so inspiring.
Yeah.
It shows that success isn't some magical phenomenon reserved for a chosen few.
Right.
It's something attainable through dedication, self-awareness, and a willingness to learn and grow.
So for someone listening who's feeling inspired and ready to take action,
Yeah.
what advice would you give them? Where should they start?
I'd say start by identifying your strengths and passions.
Okay.
What are you naturally good at?
Mhm.
What do you genuinely enjoy doing?
Right.
Once you have a clear understanding of your unique talents and interests,
Yeah.
you can start exploring opportunities that align with those areas.
Find that sweet spot where your skills and passions intersect.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
And once you've identified that sweet spot,
Yeah.
it's all about building your network.
Okay.
Connect with people in your field.
Mhm.
Attend industry events. Join online communities.
Right.
The more people you connect with, the more opportunities will come your way.
And don't be afraid to reach out to people who inspire you.
Yeah.
You never know who might be willing to offer guidance or mentorship.
Right. And remember, building relationships is a two-way street.
Of course.
Be generous with your time and knowledge, and be willing to help others. The more you give, the more you'll receive in return.
It's all about creating a supportive and collaborative ecosystem,
Absolutely.
just like those successful individuals we discussed earlier.
Exactly. And once you've got your strengths identified and your network growing,
Uh-huh.
it's time to take action.
Okay.
Set specific goals
Mhm.
and break them down into smaller, manageable steps.
Right.
This will make them feel less overwhelming and more achievable.
And don't forget to celebrate those small wins along the way.
Oh, absolutely.
It's important to acknowledge your progress and give yourself credit for the effort you're putting in.
Yes. And remember, it's a journey, not a destination.
Right.
There will be challenges and setbacks along the way.
Yeah.
But the key is to embrace those setbacks as learning opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Adjust your course and keep moving forward.
So as we conclude this deep dive, here's a final thought for you to ponder.
Okay.
If you could sit down with any of the successful individuals we discussed today,
Mm-hmm.
what one question would you ask them?
That's a good one.
What insight are you most curious about? Really think about it. The answer might just spark a new level of understanding and inspiration on your own path to success.